Hello everyone, and welcome back to Conquer the Frontier at the New Frontier. It's now July year 4, and Nordic and I have reached episode number 31. Standing proudly in front of our new hay dryer and cow farm, which we built last month, and we got a load of grass mown from Ahlbom Park, which is the field behind our grass and hay dryer. And we filled this up to, I think, about 3/4 full. And if we take a quick look, I think we can see, yep, the second chamber is now full of hay. Well, not full of hay, but it's got a lot of hay in there. There's still quite a lot still to process in terms of grass, so that's still drying away, which is fantastic. And if we take a little look in the bottom right hand corner, we can see we've got 130,000 litres of grass and 77,000 litres of hay. So we've got a good amount of hay to start feeding some cattle when we buy them. But we've got some other things that we need to do first thing this morning, Nordic, haven't we? Oh. That's right, yep. The fields that have been growing nicely are ready to harvest. This is the first, I think, which is Longfield, which has got canola in. And in our other fields, Veterans Park, which is kind of in two fields, we have ready to harvest, I think it is barley and oats. And then in Creekside we have got wheat as well. So we've got 3 sizable areas ready to harvest, which is nice. But to make that productive, Nordic and I have really got to get a larger grain trailer. And we're also going to double up on combine harvesters, because we've got one small combine. We don't really have enough money to upgrade it too much, so we thought we'll double up and buy the same harvester again, and that means we can both harvest now, as well as making use of the grains, which we'll stash away in the silo. Oh, I don't think the forage wagon can fit under the barn for some reason. Maybe it's just the wonky angle. Oh dear, I think it seems to be clipping somewhere up top. That's a shame. We'll have to keep it outside. Sadly, it's just a little bit too tall, so Nordic is going to have to just drop it down the side. Hopefully the trees will keep this dry if it rains. But yeah, once we harvested our fields and we've got a nice stash of grains, we will have quite a bit of straw as byproduct to make use of. So Nordic and I are going to probably get a baler, and we're going to make use of the straw now. This time not for putting in a BGA, but to bale up, and it'll be used to make Total Mixed Ration in the future for our cows. So here we go, we've got Veterans Park with our oats and our barley in, I believe. Fantastic. And then towards the main part of the farm, Creekside Field, we have got wheat. Oh, look. Our corn has started to germinate and grow quite nicely in the new field, which doesn't have a name yet. But let's head on down to the store. We can get our new grain trailer and get a second combine. There we go. We have made it to the store, and we can hop out. And yeah, I think we'll be making some purchases this morning. Won't be too expensive, hopefully. So for trailer upgrades, Nordic and I have chosen the Evan, or 5-in, I think it's pronounced. This costs 58,500. It can take just shy of 30,000 litres, but it weighs quite a weighty 10.7 tonnes. So I'm not sure if the fence is going to be able to pull this fully loaded. We might have to use the steer, but it's got 3 sets of wheels, which is rather nice. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and buy this, but I think I might change the number plate to a red just to match the colour scheme. There we go. And then doubling up on harvester, we are getting another Massey Ferguson 3640, the 2-wheel drive edition. We've got this set exactly same as the one we currently have. It's going to cost us $25,600, so let's buy that. And alongside it, we are going to need the cutter header for the Massey, which is 4.5 meters wide, and that costs $5,800. Cool, look at this equipment, Nordic. It's looking good, isn't it? Well, we've just checked, and the harvester auger pipe seems to look like it will clear the trailer. It's the right height. You have to watch out for these sort of things. But yeah, that's a nice sizable trailer, which is awesome. And we need a sizable trailer because we're going to be running 2 harvesters that are going to be dumping into it at the same time. Here's our header, here's our harvester. I think Nordic is going to jump in the fence and run the trailer back, or to our first field. We will hop in. No beacons on this thing, unfortunately, but we can reverse up and attach to our header. Very old school looking on the inside. Give Nordic a toot because he gave us a toot. Right, let's line up and we should be able to attach the header. Fantastic. Right, we can set off on our way. And I think the first field we're going to be starting with is Longfield, which has got the canola in, which is right near the cow farm. Have to carefully weave through the trees. And one nice feature I've noticed is I can see the ladder that we use to climb up to the hopper and so forth on the back of the combine actually swings and sways as we are driving along, which is a nice touch and interesting to see. Right, approaching the canola field. I think Nordic is going to probably pop the trailer on the corner there. That is very handy. And he can dash back to the shed and get the second harvester. We can line up for our first pass. Here he comes. Nordic is behind us, so we can fire up and drop our header. There we go. And we're going to head off in this direction. Nordic will follow. We'll keep the pipe on the outside just in case we can't make it round a full headland. So here we go. And we are dropping straw, which is unusual for canola, but Nordic and I have got the additional straws enabled. Because that is more realistic. You would get straw as byproduct from a crop like canola. It might not be as good a quality for using for bedding or for feed as other types of straw from like wheat or barley, but nonetheless we are getting straw. So Nordic and I are away on our first harvest of the season, and yeah, look forward to seeing how much we're going to get into the trailer by the end of it. Pipe out, and we can unload the last bit that we've got in the hopper. Had to collect just a little scrappage that I missed during our route there, but we have got 19,430 litres in the new Beaven trailer so far. Nordic's going to come along with probably I reckon 30% in the hopper, so that will be interesting. And next we are going to be moving on to these two fields here, which are Veterans Park and Veterans Park Extension. They will be merged once we have the ability to just plough a small strip between them and re-drill, of course. And yeah, we will have to have quite a big re-drilling session after all the harvests are in to get the next seasons of crops planted. Speaking of planting, our newest field, which is down the bottom of the hill, I did state that there was corn in there, but I was mistaken. There is sorghum, as of course we needed a new planter to plant the sorghum. As yeah, you used to be able to drill sorghum with a seed drill in FS25, but FS25 you need a planter. So yeah, it is sorghum down in the lower portion of the hill there. Right, fantastic. This is looking really good. I think I'm going to get the harvester into this bottom corner here for starting the next harvest, but I'm going to nip back up to the Fent as we want to see how much canola we have got in total in the trailer. There we go, 21,327 litres. Nordic just sprinting back from the combine to join us. We're very excited to drop off this crop into our grain silo. And yeah, to be fair, I think the Fent is managing this trailer rather well. It's obviously not full, 72%, but it did manage to pull away with a slight incline, so that is good. Now we can get this deposited into the grain silo, and we'll look to use it at some stage, or we will look to sell it when the price is right. We'll have to check when that is. Oh dear, we have a trailer on the grain silo already. We'll have to move that. It might be beneficial for us to bring both trailers to the next harvest, because we're going to have two separate crops. Right, Nordic has grabbed the pickup and the smaller grain cart. We can get the trailer into position to do a mighty unload. This is our largest yield yet, I believe, from a harvest. I might be wrong, because we definitely harvested the long field before, but in terms of quantities, this sounds like the biggest. Or maybe it's just because it's in one larger trailer rather than multiple smaller trailers. Fantastic. Right, we can get the beacons on. Should have had them on already. And we'll head back over to our next set of fields, Veteran Park fields, and we'll get the barley and the oats harvested in. They are two separate fields at the moment, but we'll treat them as one and get it done. Okay, right, we have finished the barley and the oat harvest, just leaving the harvester on there. We have a full trailer full of oats, so I'm just going to nip that back. Nordic has unfortunately been unable to drop off the last 800 or so litres that he's got in his hopper because the trailer is full. So he's driven back to the silo. We will bring the pickup and this grain trailer back to get it unloaded. Not too many oats that we have been able to yield. That portion of Veterans Park is very small, but we've got obviously 7,600 litres in here plus 800, so yeah, 8,400 litres or thereabouts of oats. I don't think we've got any oats present in the silo already, so probably a good opportunity for us to get out and have a look how much we have got in our silo. 28,000 litres of canola. Oh yes, we have oats from previous harvests. We are up to 26,500, and then just 6,330 litres of barley, but a trailer to come with barley in it from the main field in Veterans Park. And yeah, barley and wheat are going to be pretty essential to us for chicken feed. And yeah, we've only got a small amount of chickens at the moment, but as they grow and reproduce, we will need more and more feed more regularly. Don't actually need this trailer over here, but I'm just driving it back so I can get back to the harvester, really, as yeah, Nordic will be on his way back with the trailer. And yeah, cool, look, that is a lot of barley. Actually, we'll just loop round and follow him back, and he'll need to walk back to get the harvester as well. We can just drop this trailer here. I'll probably pull back a little bit so we're not blocking the track. There we go, Nordic has unloaded and the barley has shot up to 20,266 litres. Good going, Nordic. Yes! Right, I think the trailer will probably need to go here for Creekside Field, which is our wheat, and we can go and grab the harvesters. Right, we are back in this. Slightly low on fuel, but we'll have enough to do Creekside Field. And I think Nordic and I have probably got a lot more straw than we were expecting. We didn't quite comprehend how much we will have to handle. And based on the time we've got left, we might not be able to bale up all of those fields, but we'll probably give baling and collecting the bales a go on one of the fields, so we have some straw to make Total Mixed Ration. But Nordic and I have been discussing, and we won't be needing straw urgently, as Total Mixed Ration is only going to be needed for cows that are producing milk. And when we buy cows, we will buy them probably at the mature stage, so they will be able to reproduce, but the cows will only produce milk after they have reproduced and gestated, which is going to take about 10 months or so. So yeah, we will be waiting for that. Right, we're back over here because we have a slight dilemma that our grain silo is actually full. We've got 75,000 litres space available, and we've filled it. So there's actually 8,000 litres of barley left in the trailer. So we are going to need to construct a extension. There we go, that is constructed, and we now have double the capacity, but it cost us $40,000, so quite an expensive outlay. But this has meant that the 8,000 litres of barley has been unloaded from the trailer, and we can check again. We now have 28,326 litres of barley. So that is pretty gnarly. Right, let's jump in the fen and get that positioned up at the top of the wheat field, Creekside. I think is Nordic going to hop in? Yes, he is. And yeah, we can crack on with the wheat harvest. As I say, I think the harvesting has taken us a little bit longer than anticipated, and we've got more straw than anticipated. So we will have to see how much straw we can get baled up and collected. The intention was to try and get some cows today, so we'll see how far we can get. But let's just put the truck and trailer here, and wow, we can look back at our fantastic farmhouse build, which is doing magnificently. I can't hear any building work going on, but maybe that's just because I'm too far away. Let's have a quick look at it. Wowzers, this is cool. Right, we need some planks long in here to carry on the build, so we'll sort that out after we've done the harvest. I think it is Nordic's turn to start. Raising up, shutter down, and that is the harvest all completed. Needed to flick up a gear there. Sometimes this Massey seems to linger in first gear, and you need to just tap it into second, and then it is away into automatic. Wow, our farmhouse really is coming along very nicely indeed, and I think we're approaching a full trailer of wheat. So that'll be interesting to see. Let's spin round, get the pipe unfolded, and we can deposit the last remnants in here. There we go. Let's line up nicely. This trailer has been a bit of a godsend, really. Okay, we're not nearly full, 76%, but it will be nice to see how much we have got in total. 24,730 by all accounts. Fantastic. Right, we can get the harvests parked up. That's the harvesting done now. We will have some more harvests obviously later on in the season. We've got sorghum and more grass. But yeah, I think sorghum is the last grain crop that we have got. So that will be all in terms of harvesting once we have harvested that. Right, I think the harvester came from this side of the shed, but we'll probably put it in the far side because we have got more space now to utilise. Right, we better refuel whilst we are here. There we go. Needed some fuel. Fantastic. Right, where are we going to put these, Nordic? Right, here we go. Picked a spot on the far side of the shed so we can lower down the header now and shut it down. There we go. Nordic has done the same. Awesome. Right, it is nice having two harvesters to have done the job. It took us a long time, but it would have taken us even longer if we just had the one. Right, so plans have changed slightly because of the time it has taken. I think what we're going to do is leave all of the baling to next time. So we're going to focus on getting some cows if we can. I'm going to jump in the pickup because first job will be just dropping this trailer off and getting some planks long to the farmhouse. So the next stage of building can complete. I think whilst I'm doing that, Nordic is going to run and get the literage of wheat. So that will be handy. Oh! Watch out, dear. Christ. Hit the Hit the side of the pickup there. Hope it didn't dent it. Right, where is our flat trailer? Is that up by the farmhouse? There we go. Nordic is unloading the wheat. The trailer is here. It was hiding behind the box drill. Right, 3 lots of planks long. We can get that over to the house. I think Nordic is taking the fence. Yep, he is. With the new trailer. Oh, the trailer seems to love to want to go on 2 wheels, or a side of its wheels there. Right, there we go. That is dropped off, and I think that has fulfilled, yep, the 3,000 litres of planks long. It will not be long now until our farmhouse is complete. I think we will need probably a pallet or 2 of roof tiles and maybe some furniture to, you know, fill our lovely new farmhouse. Right, I think Nordic has gone down to the cow farm, so what I will do is probably drop this trailer off here in front of the sawmill and just drive the pickup down to the cow farm to go and grab Nordic. We're probably going to take either the pickup or the fence down to the animal dealer. We'll need to buy an animal trailer and obviously buy some cows as well. Here he is, ready and waiting. I think he's got the trailer in the shed collecting some hay, or ready to collect some hay. Hey Nordic! Christ, you got into the seat quickly. Right, let's spin around and we can go and pick up some cows. So yeah, all this straw we are going to have to bale up next time. But that's okay, because we don't need it urgently, like we were saying, Nordic. The Total Mixed Ration will be needed once the cows are old enough and have gestated or reproduced for the first time. They will start producing milk. So for the first few months we can just feed them hay, which we have got plentiful of, which is good. Right, en route to the animal dealer we can pick up an animal trailer from the dealership. And here it is, 24,000, the Joskin trailer. Wow, let's hitch up to it. It's quite a large trailer, but we should be good with the pickup, hopefully. Let's back up, and there it is. Right, fantastic. This looks good, doesn't it, Nordic? This is the Joskin Betamax RDS 7500. Awesome. Right, I think we can fit 10 cows in here. Obviously we can fit horses, chickens, sheep and buffalo in there as well. But yeah, we want to get our dairy cows, so let's head over and we can get those from the animal dealer. Right, slight change of plan and switcheroo. We had to switch to the Fendt because the trailer was too darn heavy for the pickup, which is now in the bush there. And we've got our first load of cows. We've got 10 of them, as that's the maximum we can fit in the trailer. So let's get these unloaded. The unload point is through the gate here, so a bit of a sharp reversey turn, but that should be good. Excellent. Right, let's open the trailer up, and there we go. Back gates are open. Right, those are unloaded, and if we take a look, we have got some lovely cows in our pasture. Fantastic. These are Holstein cows, dairy cows, and yeah, as mentioned, I think they are 18 months old, and they are ready to start reproducing or gestate. And yeah, if we feed them hay for the next few months, that will keep them happy. And yeah, after they have reproduced with some calves, they will then start producing milk, which we can then look to sell. Right, should we do some more loads, Nordic?
Yes!
Excellent. Well, Nordic and I have bought 40 more cows, so another 4 loads back and forth from the animal dealer. And our cows are in there, but we need to give them some hay to keep them happy. So I think we best get in the tractor. We will switch over from the animal trailer to the new Beaven trailer and get some hay loaded in there. I don't know where we can deposit that hay. Right, we've got the trailer. We can load up with hay, so we'll get a full trailer load. Oh, I can see it getting deposited in there quite quickly, which is fantastic. Excellent. Right, we I think need to drive up the middle section of the cow farm to feed these cows. Nordic has kindly opened the gate for us so we can back in and deposit hay. I'm reversing in because I don't want to be driving into the cow pasture and scaring all the cows, but here we go, we can drop off hay. I'm just going to slow down, and what we'll do is we'll do a very slow crawling pace to unload the hay. There we go. Right, that is fully unloaded, and I think the cows are happy. Some of them are in the shed here, which is lovely. We have got 29,579 litres of food in here. And if we take a look at the animal section, we'll see that hay will keep them 80% happy, which is all we need for now. They will be getting some feed from the meadow, but yeah, that only accounts for 40% happiness, so it's not going to make a difference to us. So there we go. Harvest's done for now. We've got lots of straw that we need to collect, but we have got our first load of cows. 50 of them in total. They are making themselves at home and being fed with hay. And in the future, we will look to create Total Mixed Ration when they are ready to start producing milk. But that is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you've got any tips, tricks, or things you'd like Nordic and I to do, then feel free to leave a comment. And as always, check out Nordic's channel for his perspective of today's session. Shush up, Daisy. Right, all that's left to say is I hope to see you again next time on Conquer the Frontier at the New Frontier. And until then, catch you later. Cheers all. Bye-bye.